lifestyle. Pam Crittenden looks at the problem of deadbeat dads tonight at 6 on News Channel 3.
I'll call at 5 sharp to tell you where I'll deliver the first Mrs. Crawford's journal, so be there and be alone or I won't call again. And if you say anything to your brother, the district attorney, or his wife, I'll hear about it and our deal's off.
The minute you get your instructions, I want you to let me know.
But how can I reach you, Hal, if Barbara can't contact you?
I'm going to give you Jason Benedict's number. He'll do the rest.
Franny, I rang the bell. I guess you didn't hear it, so I came through the kitchen.
I thought you were at Walsh.
Well, look, something I want to tell you before you hear from somebody else.
Where have I heard that before, Daryl? I can't take much more of this. I'm telling you that right now.
Look, just listen to me. I was thinking about what Gavin told you about Candace and me, and I decided to go up to Hillsborough to confront him.
Why?
Why? I did it for the both of us, honey. I couldn't live with the idea of him filling your head with more lies. The truth is, I lost it while I was up there, and, well, the guard had to pull me off of him.
You know, I'm not really sure I want to hear about the Chicago trip if all you're going to tell me is how much time you spent with Barry Quinlan. You know something, I didn't like that guy the minute I met him, and then I saw him ogling you. And while he was ogling you, he was mooching a free meal off of me.
Sweetie, this has nothing to do with Barry Quinlan, okay?
Hello, Ellie. Excuse me, Kurt.
Jane.
Ruth Mansfield is online, too. She says it's urgent.
All right. Yes, Ruth, what's up?
Ellie, I haven't been able to get Holden off my mind ever since you told me he didn't even recognize Lily.
I know.
She must be heartbroken.
Everyone is. The entire family is very devastated.
Always remember their wedding? I never saw two people more in love.
You know, Jane, Holden has always loved Lily, and hopefully he'll fall in love with her again. We just have to hope for the best, right?
You know, I'm really surprised Lucinda wasn't in New York to help her through this ordeal.
Yeah, we were all a bit puzzled by that, so...
Well, I was planning to fly out to Denver tomorrow morning, but I can fly out this evening. And we will find a way to handle it.
There has to be some good reason for Holden to go down to New York. I mean, the bartender that the police questioned said that he tried to call me from Oakdale. So why didn't he keep trying? And what was he going to find in New York?
Well, you know, Seth was always like a father to Holden.
Yeah, that's got to be the only reason. I guess he was mugged and hit by that car before I even got to your place. Oh, I just have to stop this. I'm not going to torture myself with questions that I'm never going to get the answers to. I just keep thinking about him. He has no memory of anybody that loves him or anything or...
Forgot the ring and the watch. Lily said that she'd been carrying these around for months. She wanted me to have them. I'm glad I remembered them. They seem to mean a lot to her. It's weird.
What?
Well, I remembered something that I forgot. That's a first.
As the world turns.
After 25 games, my daughter can give her soccer shirt a real workout. And her uniform could have faded beyond recognition after all those washings. But it hasn't, because I'm using Tide. Tide has Color Guard, so it tackles most tough stains and helps prevent the colors from fading. So she doesn't grow too much. This uniform might even last another season.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide.
While no medicine can stop a cough completely, there is one that in 30 minutes can so significantly reduce your coughing, it's guaranteed or your money back. Vicks Formula 44. No wonder doctors recommend Formula 44's cough medicine 3 times more than codeine. Formula 44. Because the fewer the coughs, the better.
These are Jimmy Dean flapsticks. They taste wonderful, the hardest thing I ever tried to explain in my life. Take Jimmy Dean sausage, wrap a nice pancake around it, put a handle on it. You understand that? You do. Try it. Taste that country goodness.
Make your hair beautiful with Preference by L'Oreal. It gives me shining color and nothing conditions better. So buck up. Develop an attitude. I sure did. Just say, I'm worth it.
Rich Conditioning Preference by L'Oreal.
Get the pilot on standby. Alert Connor.
Right.
Well, looks as though I'm not going to be able to go with you to the airport to meet your family.
Emergency with Mansfield.
Yeah. Your young executive, Evan Walsh, sold Mansfield the idea of sponsoring the Special Olympics in Denver. He promised that he would be delivering an Olympic gold medalist to make the welcoming address, but he didn't confirm the date. Now the athlete has a conflict. I've got to go out there.
I understand. I do. And besides, Mama said that the fewer people Holden has to do with right now, then
yeah, but the thing I regret is that we're not going to be able to spend our anniversary night together.
It's okay. I mean, we'll get to celebrate when you get back, right? Besides, I got a lot of work to do in Meridian.
All right, I promise. We are going to make this up in style, all right? Now, tell me about this thing in Chicago.
I might have to go back to Chicago, and I really need for you to go with me, Kirk.
Well, absolutely. If it can wait till I come back from Denver, all right?
Kirk, have you seen... Oh, sorry. I thought I might find Daryl in here.
He had to leave about a half hour ago. He said he had to take care of something. He will be back to finish your meeting.
Well, there's not much more we can do till Candace resurfaces. I hope it won't be too long. Anthony's sending a driver to take us back to Chicago tonight.
Honey, I know how much hate violence, but I mean, looking at Kruger's smug face, thinking about how he's turned you against me with his lies.
What did you expect to accomplish by confronting him, Daryl?
I don't know. I couldn't sit around and do nothing, knowing that he's filling your head with doubts and suspicions.
You can't blame this on Gavin. My last session with Dr. Adler made it very clear my doubts went all the way back to the time when you first received pages from Carolyn's journal, the ones with glowing statements about you, honey.
I've told you, I don't know who sent those pages or why.
Well, unfortunately, that's your answer to a lot of my questions, isn't it, Daryl? That's really our big problem, isn't it?
I promise you, when Candace and Charles get back from Europe...
And I've about given up on that one, too.
Look, if we just had some time alone together tonight, we could talk this out.
Out of the question.
Why?
I've given Joyce the night off, and I've invited Andy and Courtney over for dinner.
Well, Andy's always been sympathetic to our situation.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not going to ask him to do that.
Well, would you think about it and call me?
I just told you I can't make any promises, Daryl.
Okay. I got to get back to Walsh anyway. I just wish this nightmare would end for the both of us. See you later.
Hello. Andy, hi. What do you mean there's been a change of plans? No, of course I understand if you feel like you have to drive out there, but you have to promise me you'll be back here by 5 o'clock.
Franny?
Okay, Andy. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hi, I'm sorry. Daryl let me in.
No, it's okay.
Listen, I got a call at home from Higgins, and I wanted to come right over. Got good news. What?
The L.A. police found the actress that Gavin bought the white robe with the ostrich feathers for, bringing her in for questioning, and if she can just admit that Gavin hired her to frighten Dana, then we got her.
Good.
But, good? I thought you'd be a little more excited than this.
Well, I guess I'm just tired of getting my hopes built up, that's all. I mean, even if this woman does confirm that Gavin was involved, it's not really going to put my other doubts to rest now, is it?
But Franny, I think you should know you're not the only one with doubts.
What are you talking about?
I had a long talk with Daryl the other day, and he said that even if he could prove to you somehow that he's innocent of all the accusations that Gavin made against him, he's beginning to wonder if he really could spend the rest of his life with a woman who believes him capable of murder.
2 years old. hard to believe. Hello?
Hi, it's me.
Oh, thank goodness. I was so worried about you when you hung up on me at Fashions.
I'll explain all that later, hon. Right now, I need a favor. I need to see Margot. I called her at her place, but Lila answered, so I had to hang up. You've got to find her, have her waiting for me at your place. I'll be at your place within the hour.
All right. But what do I tell her?
Tell her I lifted the Crawford and the Kruger files from the Harper vault. I'm bringing them with me, but I've got to get them back tonight before anybody inside the Harper family finds out that they're missing.
Whatever you need to say, your FTD florist can send the right bouquet. And remember,
It's as easy as FTD.
I used to take aspirin to relieve minor arthritis pain until my doctor told me one Advil is as effective as 2 regular aspirin and is gentler to my stomach. For my pain, I prefer Advil. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Now, own the movie you've been waiting for. It's time to follow your heart. It's time to discover the enchantment. It's time to touch the magic again. Own the Academy Award-winning Beauty and the Beast on video cassette.
Raisin Brans are good for you, but they're all the same. So this is total Raisin Bran, huh? Excuse me while I eat. Crunchy. It's good. Very good. Wow, look at this. Total Raisin Bran has 100% of all these vitamins and minerals. Kellogg's has 100% of just one? That's odd.
Total Raisin Bran. The Raisin Bran with the total difference.
Never thought much about vitamins. Now you got me thinking.
There are times in life every woman needs a friend.
I'm in menopause.
Oh, been there, done that.
And all new Designing Women. Then, Bob's stubborn daughter leads an office strike.
Once she gets an idea in her head, she won't give it up.
Oh, hi, Dad, we're back.
Bob, after Designing Women tonight.
Hey, I just saw Rosanna and Hutch. They're having dinner over at Cal's.
I want to get out of here, too, before your family gets here.
No, Julie, don't start this again.
Caleb, it's going to be hard enough for Holden when he gets here, and your mother is never going to forgive me for my part in this. Damn it! If I had just come forward sooner, she might have...
Julie, Mama's much more forgiving than you think. And your coming forward would not have changed Holden's condition. Now, I know you feel guilty, but you can't keep blaming yourself for what's happened.
Say that. Finding out the truth about Aaron was the reason why Holden came to New York in the first place.
Julie, just stop, okay? There's plenty of blame to go around here if you want to blame people. There's Iva, there's Lucinda, there's Andy, there's you, there's me. And Holden's not completely blameless. You didn't get pregnant with Aaron by yourself. No, we don't need to blame right now. We need to try to figure out a way to deal with this. And that is why I want you here. Okay? All right. Come in. Hey, guys.
Hi. Julie, I'm kind of surprised to see you here.
She's going to wait with me for the family and Holden to arrive.
Well, listen, that's kind of why Courtney and I came out. I heard about Holden's condition from my dad, and just wanted to see if there's any news.
Well, Holden was released from the hospital, and the family's coming back on Cal's jet. He's coming back on a commercial jet later with his therapist.
Why aren't they all flying back together?
Well, evidently Holden was overwhelmed by meeting a family that he didn't recognize or remember.
Listen, I really want to apologize to your mother for all my part in this.
I know that, and you said that, and I appreciate it, okay? But like I was just telling Julie, what's done is done. What we have to do now is try to figure out a way to help Holden and Lily. Because evidently she took this very, very hard.
We'll do anything we can.
Okay, good, thanks. I'll tell Mama.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to go.
Okay.
Keep us posted, please.
We will. Bye-bye.
Obviously, Andy's feeling just as guilty as I am. I know you say no one's to blame, but you have to admit...
Julie, stop feeling guilty about what's happened, okay? I'm going to call Hazel, see if Iva checked in. Let her know when the family was going to arrive. Angel. Well, I didn't expect you to be there.
I'd go to the airport with you, but I've got to wrap things up at the office. I'll never get off to Denver.
Mrs. Anderson, I wanted you to know I just got your test results back from the lab. I have office hours this evening, so if you want to talk to me in person, I have an opening at 6:15.
Absolutely, Dr. Porter, I'll be there.
Look, I know that you didn't tell your husband that you were coming in for this sampling today, but I hope that when you get home, you'll explain the situation to him and bring him back with you when you come for the results. Hopefully there won't be any signs of birth defects in the fetus, but if there should be, you'd have to make a decision. And obviously that's one that he should be involved with.
Ellie.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Okay.
You okay? You're right. Yeah. All right. James. High five.
Ellie, you can't even imagine it. He's not Holden. He's a total stranger. He doesn't know us.
I wasn't due for another 2 weeks. Suddenly there I was, having a cesarean. David was wonderful. And when it was all over, I had this perfect little person. And a lot of pain. Later, I was kind of surprised when the doctor gave me Tylenol, with all the other choices they have, but the Tylenol made me feel better, so I could put my mind on more important things.
Tylenol, the pain reliever hospitals use most.
Now you can make Betty Crocker's sweet and sour chicken by the book or by the jar. Introducing Betty Crocker recipe sauces. Just pour, simmer, and enjoy. Betty's best in every jar.
Here, this'll speed up the shopping.
Now just get what's on your list.
Okay. Oh, honey bunches of oats. It's not on my list, but I gotta have it.
My favorite.
Honey bunches of oats. Mom would like.
Honey Bunches of Oats is so delicious, it's everyone's favorite. With crispy flakes of corn and wheat, bunches of honey roasted oats, it's the cereal your whole family will love.
Oh, I forgot the honey bunches of oats. I don't think that's a problem.
Honey Bunches of Oats, the one cereal your whole family will love.
It's night and day the difference Correctol makes when I'm irregular. Correctol is the gentlewoman's laxative that works predictably overnight. No wonder more women trust it. Correctol. Gently, predictably, overnight.
Nick knows who framed him.
I really wish I didn't have to tell you this. It was Alan Michaels.
Set up by someone he trusted.
He planted the documents on you.
To find out how he's gonna prove it. Quick. Turn on the light.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth, huh?
Guiding Light. Weekdays on CBS.
Find out what's behind picket fences tonight on CBS.
Hal's not here yet. And I'm very worried. Margot, he took the Kruger file and the Crawford file. He's in very real danger now.
No, Barbara, Hal's not going to do anything to jeopardize his cover, not after he's come this far.
I hope you're right. But ever since his involvement with Franny in this thing...
Come on, you blew it. What?
I'll let him explain everything to you when he gets here, but... He and Franny have been exchanging information for weeks now. He's trying to help her prove Daryl's innocence or guilt.
Why didn't Hal tell me
Because
any
you
of
are
this,
too close
Barbara?
to Daryl, and Tom convicted Gavin. You're too involved in this... Oh, thank God. I was so worried about you.
Big accident on the expressway, turned advancing into one big parking lot. Hi, partner. Hi, it's good to see you.
Yeah, it's great to see you.
I slipped. I told her you've been working with Franny.
Oh, what the hell? I was going to have to tell you. Anyway, look, hon, I'll explain later. Right now, more importantly, I think I've broken the code. I'm going to need your help with the cross-referencing so we can pull out the facts that we need. I'm also going to need a copy of both these files.
Yeah, I'm prepared for that. I can do that.
Go ahead, answer it.
Hello? Oh, yes. Hi, Vicki. What can I do for you?
I wanted to ask about that dress I special ordered. Do you have any idea when it might be ready?
Oh, well, it's ready now. It's at the factory. I was going to call you tomorrow.
Oh, that's great. I just spoke to my husband, and he told me we have a big family party tomorrow night. Is there any way it could be delivered to Walsh?
I don't see why not.
Well, I hate to inconvenience you, but my old driver, Harold Gleason's, coming down to drive me back to Chicago, and unfortunately he's already left, so I can't reach him. Otherwise, I'd ask him to stop by the factory and pick it up.
Oh, well, that's perfectly all right, Vicki. I'll have it sent over to Walsh right away.
Oh, there's no rush. I'm not leaving for Chicago until later this evening. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
I'm back if you need me.
Oh, hi. I was just talking to your sister-in-law.
Hey, listen, I want to apologize for running out on you earlier and not letting you know.
Oh, it doesn't matter. As I told Kirk, there's not much more we can do without Miss Rogers.
Look, if you have my approval, you don't have to worry about Candace.
Have you cleared that with Charles?
Vicki, how long have we known each other? I mean, don't you think it's time we stop playing this little game of cat and mouse?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you do know what I'm talking about. I think you know about the several occasions that I've met with your husband concerning the Candace situation.
Daryl, we've been very careful not to discuss my husband's business in the past, and I don't think this is the time to break that precedent.
Yeah, but you are involved with your husband's business, especially when it comes to Carolyn's family.
That's not true.
Vicki, you know, Anthony and his brothers are privy to too much inside information on the DeWitts, and it has to be delivered by you, just like you delivered me to the Cerrone family in Des Moines when I needed a loan before I married Carolyn.
I was just trying to help you out with your gambling debts. I have never said a word about Carolyn's family to Anthony or his brothers. And if they have inside information on the DeWitts, it had to have come from Gavin. And I think we'd better forget this conversation if we are going to continue working together.
So we'll figure out exactly what I'm going to
We were just going into my office.
You can use mine in an hour. I'm heading off to Denver.
Well, have a good trip.
Thank you.
Jane, I'm expecting a delivery from Barbara Ryan Originals. Would you have the messenger bring it to my office? Thank you.
All right, Jane, where exactly was Ellie when she called?
The farm, but she was on her way to Iva's.
Fine, I'll try it there.
Jane, I'm expecting a call from Franny. If I'm not in the art department, have me tracked down.
Absolutely, thanks.
Carrie's still asleep. Expecting someone?
Yeah, actually, I am expecting an important phone call. Listen, guys, I don't mean to be rude, but when I do get the call, I kind of need to take it in private.
Okay. All right, let's start cooking dinner.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Sure. It's 5 o'clock. Hello?
Is this Mrs. Crawford?
Yes, it is, and I'm alone.
You still want the first Mrs. Crawford's journal?
Yes, but we've never discussed terms. If I have to get money, then
I don't want any money.
Then why are you interested
You
in
don't
getting
need to know why. I want you to meet me at 6 o'clock.
I thought you said you were going to deliver it.
I will.
Where?
Your husband's house.
No. Wait just a minute. I don't
Sorry,
think...
but I can't afford to wait for anything. I'll deliver the journal from the place where it's hidden. Meet me in the attic there at 6 p.m. sharp. If you're not there by 6:05, I'm gone.
How are you going to get in?
Don't worry about that. And if you get any ideas about calling the police, remember, I know where you and your daughter are staying, so if you try and double-cross me, I'm sure I don't have to finish that sentence.
All of a sudden, it hits me. It's too quiet. The kids have put the comforter over the window. They're playing monsters.
I'm the green goody. Do red.
Jeffrey has his play school flashlight. It's hard to break, and I love that it turns itself off.
Carrie has a new way of looking at the world through her play school kaleidoscope.
Lots of mommy.
She takes it everywhere.
Ooh, Fred and Mommy toes.
I'm telling you, nothing escapes her imagination.
When it rains, finesse adjusts. When things heat up, finesse adjusts. Conditions change, finesse adjusts. Conditions more when you need it, less when you don't. Your hair is always beautiful, no matter what.
No matter what your hair goes through, no matter what life does to you, finesse your hair to beautiful, beautiful. Finesse your hair to beautiful. Finesse your hair to beautiful.
with extras and purrs when you floor it. Guess again. It's the Dirt Devil Power Pack, a powerful compact vacuum with a revolving brush and handy tools for all your cleaning needs. So get the Dirt Devil Power Pack and get rolling.
When one of these guys gets a bad cold or flu, should he take a cold or flu medicine that can cause drowsiness or Sudafed Severe Cold Formula? No cold product has more maximum strength medicines, yet won't cause drowsiness. Sudafed Severe Cold Formula.
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment.
On election eve, scandal rocks Rome, Wisconsin.
Isn't it true you engaged in an adulterous affair?
We're not going to split up. A special picket fences tonight.
An unlikely friendship endures the test of time.
But enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think of me?
Bette Midler and Barbara Hershey in Beaches, Saturday. This is CBS.
Greater Boston women should be able to sleep more peacefully and soundly tonight.
Was Albert DeSalvo really the Boston Strangler?
He was not the Boston Strangler.
A lot of prominent names say the real Boston Strangler is alive and well. And I'm the only reporter who has ever interviewed the man they're pointing the finger at.
I'm not the Boston Strangler.
This is criminal history in the making.
Back to Boston on the next Current Affair.
Today at 3 here on News Channel 3. Bill Clinton's economic plan, endorsed by over 600 economists, including 10 Nobel Prize winners, as the best hope for reviving the nation's economy. More than 400 of America's most respected business leaders say the Clinton plan will create jobs. A panel of independent experts convened by Time magazine concludes that Clinton's plan has the best solutions to our economic problems. And now even the author of Ross Perot's plan has endorsed Bill Clinton for president. Let's get our economy moving again.
Hey, nobody does it better than Fleming's. Like this Benchcraft double recliner sofa, amazing at $448. Store-wide savings, special terms, and express delivery. You get it all at Fleming's every day.
News with Pam Crittenden, weeknights at 6 on WREG-TV News Channel 3.
And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Can I get you some tea?
No, thank you, Caleb. I'm gonna fix dinner.
Actually, Julie's been working all day to make all of Holden's favors.
Caleb, if you had seen your brother, you'd know that that was a waste of time. Holden won't know his favorites. I wanted to leave, Emma, but Caleb insisted that I stay. Well, I hate to sound unkind, Julie, but I think maybe you should follow your instincts.
Mama?
Look, I have spent the last 2 days trying to get through to a son that has no memory of me. If I seem unforgiving, I'm sorry. But I can't forget that it was the lies that Julie and Iva told that's responsible for Holden's condition.
But that's not fair, Mama. Iva and Julie had nothing to do with being mugged or...
I'm leaving.
Do you have any idea how guilty Iva and Julie feel about
That guilt is absolutely no use to Holden. He has lost everything. He doesn't remember his family. He's even frightened of us.
I'm leaving, but I'm not running away from what I've done. If at any point I could do anything for Holden or the family, I'll be at Lisa's.
I'll walk you out.
Oh, Seth. I've always thought of myself as a forgiving person. But I can't find it in my heart to forget what's happened. Not after I know what's ahead for Holden.
So glad that you asked me to come over here, because I just wasn't ready to face the farmhouse by myself.
Now, I want you to lay down and get some rest, because you still have a lot ahead of you.
I want you to come out to the farm with me.
We will talk about it after your nap.
After my nap.
Why don't I take
John
now?
Yes.
So we can get
Thank
some
you.
fresh air.
Thank you
All
for
right,
talking to
we'll
Dr.
be along.
Sussman and finding everything out about Holden's condition. Would you please be there at the farm when he comes out?
You all bundled up.
Well, I'll check with Emma, Lily, huh?
So you will be nice and warm. Okay, all right. Here we go.
We won't be long. Okay, all right. We'll see you in a bit. All right.
I know I'm the last person on earth you wanted to see.
John, please, I really don't feel like talking, and if Lily hears us arguing, it'll only upset her.
What reason did you give her for calling off the wedding?
I said that I had a change of heart, and we didn't pursue it because she was very worried about Holden, so.
So the lies just go on and on and on and on?
John, I know that, you know, that you want to be right in
Not
a lot of
about
things.
this, I don't.
I want to tell you that you're right about the guilt that I feel. Seeing Holden in that condition and knowing I'm responsible, it makes me sick. It makes me sick. I couldn't feel any more guilty than I do right now.
Hi.
Hi.
Is this a bad time?
No. John was just leaving.
Okay, hi, John.
Hi, Ellie. Well, take care.
Are you all right? Yeah, I'm okay. We just have to concentrate on Lily and Holden now.
Well, I was on my way to Chicago, and I just wanted to come by and see how you're doing. I'm not going to go to the farm tonight and see Holden. Mama said it's probably for the best. You know, too many family members all at once.
Yeah, Kirk called.
Oh, yeah, he's on his way to Denver. Are you taking care of yourself, Iva? This is really hard on you and the baby.
I know. I'm trying not to do anything to hurt the baby. I just, you know, hope those amnio tests will be fine.
Oh, they'll be fine. I'm sure they'll be fine. What would you do if the tests weren't okay?
You mean if there was something wrong with the baby?
Yeah.
You know, Ellie, you asked me that once before, and I told you, I mean, I have no reason to think that there would be, but if there were, I don't know. I don't know. That's something that would be very hard to face, you know, this late in the pregnancy.
I think it's probably something that nobody would ever really want to face.
It's a comfort to know more people have taken Sominex over the past 30 years than any other sleep aid. Safe, simple Sominex.
Quilting is not only in fashion, it's also in a tissue. New Kleenex Softique. Softique is quilted, so it's softer, prettier, and while fashion has its place, we think you'll find more places for this. New Kleenex Softique. It's quilted, so it's softer, and that's always in style.
Finally, there's a New England clam chowder good enough to make a fuss over. So pick a cool day, tell friends to dress warm, and let them snuggle up to the best bowl of chowder Campbell's has ever made. Introducing Campbell's home-cooking New England clam chowder. Our most succulent clams, potatoes picked for perfection, and a creamy broth so enticing bowls will be tipped. New Campbell's home-cooking New England clam chowder. It doesn't get any better than Campbell's best.
Biscuits made with new reduced fat Bisquick have half the fat, but it's the taste that'll bring them back. Original and now reduced fat Bisquick. Taste how good it can be.
What are you thinking about?
Holden. About what Julie and Caleb said about his having no memory. I can't imagine what it would be like to be Lily and have all these memories and know that you can't share them with him because he's lost them forever, Andy? How do you start over again?
You know, a month ago I wouldn't have said this, but now, sitting here in front of the fire with you, I believe that anything is possible if two people just love each other enough. I can't believe you're already on your way to Chicago.
Yeah, well, I told you that I might have to go. I'm just sorry that I didn't get to reach you before I left, and I got your message.
Well, I'm glad you reached me here. I miss you already.
I miss you already. Hope everything goes well in Denver, and will you please send my love to Ruthie?
Oh, sarcasm does not become you, Mrs. A.
I'm not being sarcastic, Mr. A. Ruthie has never been a serious threat to me.
Is this true confessions time?
Maybe. You know I love you, right?
Well, of course I do. Now, you gonna spend the night in Chicago?
I am not sure, but if I do have to stay overnight, I will call Ruth and I will leave you a number.
You know, it's a good thing I understand about professional competition, because if I didn't, I would be one jealous husband.
You've never had any reason to be jealous, Kirk, and you never, ever will.
I hope you realize that works both ways. I can't imagine another woman in my life, except for Jane, of course.
Well, I love you. I'll see you.
I love you, too. Bye.
Okay, your papers are all in order, and I had a contact sheet drawn up of the Olympic athletes so you can make calls from the jet.
Have I ever told you how wonderful you are?
No.
Well, if you walk me to the elevator, I'll give you more instructions.
Oh. Kirk, I have a question
Take it up with Connor, I'm out of here.
He's lucky. Ellie's so understanding.
The same could be said for your husband.
Daryl, please, for the sake of our business relationship, don't start again. Jane, was my package delivered yet?
Oh, not yet. But, Daryl, the switchboard took a call for you while I was away from my desk.
I thought you were going to track me down at Franny called.
Well, they tried, but you must have been on your way up here. And it wasn't Franny, it was Charles DeWitt. He phoned to say he and Candace are in Oakdale.
Really? Where?
I don't know. The message just said they want to meet you at your house at 6:15.
It's almost that time now. The servants are off and nobody's home.
Yeah, well, then you'd better hurry up.
Hello? Is anybody here?
Jason Benedict, please. This is Franny Crawford. Well, can you tell me when he'll be back? This is urgent. All right, look, please tell him that I got the phone call with the instructions. I'll be going to pick up the journal at my husband's house. I have to be there by 6, but I'll be at my parents' house until 5:45. Can you read that back to me?
Right on time.
Jessup, what are you doing here?
I came to deliver the journal. Relax, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm unarmed, and you're free to go, but if you do, you'll never get the proof you've been looking for. It's your call, Mrs. Crawford.
Look, my greatest softness creation ever. New Snuggle Singles. Come on and see how simple soft can be. Snuggle Singles pop out individually, and that's just the beginning. Pop them in. soft, old-fashioned dryer sheet. Why should you?
New Snuggle Singles. Simple, single.
And soft.
Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Get those flavors flowing. The taste has got you going. It's wild. It's a stampede of taste. Smile and open wide. Old El Paso's got the taste that runs wild. Pour 'em on, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. Pour 'em on, eat 'em up. Open wide. Higher mile, tasting wild. Old El Paso's got the taste that runs wild. Yeah!
The makers of Rice-A-Roni would like to present another San Francisco treat, Noodle-Roni. 16 great-tasting pasta dishes, like fettuccine and angel hair parmesan. So when you want something your family will love as much as Rice-A-Roni, it's just arrived.
The San Francisco treat.
Now available in a resealable canister.
Has breakfast come to this? You want your kids to eat a nutritious cereal. They want something fun to eat. So give them Kellogg's Rice Krispies. It's fat-free. It's low in sugar. And best of all, kids love it. Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Sound nutrition without the showdown.
Dr. Sussman says as difficult as it must be, you're going to have to just back off. Let Holden adjust to the situation on his own so he doesn't feel pressured.
I was determined to do that, but the minute I saw Holden, oh, my resolve left.
Really? Sussman said you handled yourself very well.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, I must tell you, it was the hardest thing I ever had to do.
It'll get easier with time, I suppose.
I hope so. I don't know, John. Probably eventually if he learns to trust us.
Doc. Hey, I'm glad you're here. Have you heard from Lily?
I don't think Lily's taking this very well. She's becoming more and more dependent upon Iva. Dr. Sussman thinks very highly of this therapist that's flying in with Holden.
Speaking of becoming dependent, Holden, he wouldn't even consider coming home without her.
Well, she's his friend, you know, and she's been his teacher. He's going to lean upon her quite a bit. Until the family takes over responsibilities and he feels at ease here.
Well, let's hope that doesn't take too long. Lily, I'm so sorry.
Okay, no sad faces now. Ava gave me a pep talk in the car, and I'm not going to make the same mistakes that I did in New York. Is Seth picking Holden up?
Okay. Yeah, you want some tea or something?
Yeah, I'll get it, though. I want to keep busy.
I just want you to know that the only reason that I'm here is that Lily insisted.
Yes, John told me that Lily's becoming more dependent upon you. I can't help but wonder how she's going to react when she finds out the truth.
What have you got in the Kruger file that cross-references to AZ-13?
AZ-13. Indicates photos and negatives with revenue to be applied by DC-6.
DC-6. That cross-references to payments made by Darrell in June. That confirms what he told Franny about the blackmail.
Man, these coppers are up to their eyeballs.
Yeah, no kidding. Now we finally might be able to prove it.
Okay, all right, but here's one that I don't get. Now, first it's got GK 10 million, but after that it's got the code letters CCR. Oh, CCR 41591.
CCR is their code name for Carolyn Crawford, 41591. There is no notation for 41591 in this file.
All right, what is, it's another file number. It's a bank number. It's...
No. Margot? My God. I've got it.
What?
I've got it. It's a date. 41591 is a date. We're looking for codes. These idiots have got dates in here. That's April the 15th, 1991.
That's the day that Carolyn was murdered.
So, GK, 10 million, that means that Gavin Kruger paid 10 million bucks to have her killed.
It also means that the letter from Emile Sablon that appeared in court was not a setup. Tom was right.
So Sablon did have Frank Wendell killed for a journal. Gavin's been guilty all along.
And also all the accusations he made in that letter to Franny were lies. Daryl is innocent. I gotta call Franny right away.
Go ahead, answer it.
Hello? Yes, hold on. It's Jason. He gave me the code word.
Yes, Jason, have you heard from Franny?
I just got back to the office after an anonymous caller said he'd give me a lead to the Harper operation if I'd meet him in person at 5. Listen, nobody showed up. And when I got back here, I found a message that Franny called at 5:07. Left a message. I tried calling her back, but she'd already left.
Did she say where she was going?
According to her message, she went to her husband's house to pick up the journal.
I'll get back to you, Jason. Call the station, get back up, get over to the Crawford house on the double. Franny's gone over there to pick up the journal. God knows what she's walking into.
I know you never trusted me, Mrs. Crawford, but I promise you, the only reason I made those threats on the phone was to be sure you didn't call your husband.
How did you know Carolyn's journal was up here?
Because that's where your husband hid it. One night, right after you moved out, when I was on duty, I saw lights up here. I snuck up the stairs and watched them put a book under these floorboards. The next day I checked it out. I found what looked like a diary. Then I remembered reading about the missing journal of Gavin Kruger's trial and realized that had to be what I found.
Have you read it?
Only the last few pages. But they're enough to send your husband to prison for life. I don't know, I've been so worried about you and your little girl.
Why haven't you gone to the police with this?
Too scared, I guess, that he'd use his connections and have me killed too.
And why did you lie to Daryl about telling me you saw a woman in white?
Is that what he told you? When he called, I told him exactly what I told you. Next thing I knew, I'd been fired. Swore never to set foot here again. And that's when I realized you had to know about this. You have to turn this over to the police. It's the only way to guarantee you and your daughter's safety. All I ask is that you keep me out of it. I mean, even if your husband goes to prison, he's got friends who'd make me pay for what I'm doing.
Franny? Where are you?
Hurry up. Look at it before it's too late.
What's going on? What's he doing here?
Too late, Mr. Crawford. You can't hide the truth any longer. It's all here in your first wife's diary.
What the hell is he talking about?
He found Carolyn's journal underneath the floorboards, where you hid it.
But that's crazy. I don't know what he's got, but it's not Carolyn's journal. Gavin destroyed that a long time ago.
Read it, Mrs. Crawford. Judge for yourself.
Don't trust him, Franny. I don't know what's going on here. But it's just more lies to confuse you. I can prove that now. Look, I just got a message from Candace and Charles. They're going to be here any minute. They'll be able to confirm everything that I've told you.
Don't believe him. He killed his first wife and he'll kill you. It's all here in the journal.
Franny, you were always scared of Jessup. And you never trusted him. Obviously for a good reason. Because he must be working for the real killer. He's got to be working for Gavin Kruger.
Stay away from me, Daryl.
You're right, Mrs. Crawford. But don't worry, I'll protect you. I'm your only hope. Here, it's all in the journal. Go ahead, Crawford. It's your move.
with beauty. You radiate a special light.
New Lightness Light Natural Makeup. Designed through L'Oreal technology, a breakthrough cream gel formula gives skin pure, natural coverage. New Lightness Makeup by L'Oreal. More beautiful by design.
Well, it's fine for seekers of pleasure.
Why are calorie-conscious people seeking Tropicana Twister Light?
It lacks the sweet discipline of denial.
Don't deny yourself these pleasures. Only Tropicana Twister Light has an exciting taste like this that's low in calories.
Calories are a big part of me.
Because it's the first and only bottled juice drink with NutraSweet.
We're all a Twitter.
Tropicana Twister Light. Flavors Mother Nature never intended, but should have.
Pity they won't be serving it at the club.
Something new.
Color tiles fall up to 50% off Blockbuster. Mini blinds 30% off. Ceramic tile. Wall coverings $2.99. Color tiles Blockbuster final week. Hurry, sale ends Tuesday.
These are the curls, girls. Caruso curls. Salon-perfect curls that stay bouncy all day. With the Caruso Molecular Hair Setter, moisturizing steam gives you long-lasting curls and waves. Gently, quickly, easily, without damage from hot curlers and irons. So have your Caruso curls. And keep them all day with the Caruso Molecular Hair Setter.
Thank you very much for getting the test results back so quickly. I really appreciate it.
Well, I knew you were very worried.
So, how are they?
Well, I'll do the best I can to explain them in layman's terms. The news isn't good. But fortunately, it's early enough that you still have some options.
You mean there's problems?
Well, as you know, the chorionic villus sampling was ordered to test for fetal abnormalities. Now, normally there are 23 pairs of chromosomes, but in your case, in pair number 5, 1 is normal and 1 is partially deleted.
What does that mean?
Well, it's possible to carry the child to term with this syndrome, but you and your husband should both be aware that there's a very high probability of mental retardation and physical malformation.
Where are they? Should have been here by now.
Do you want some tea?
No, I think I'll just have a sip of yours.
Iva, I don't know how I would have gotten through these past 2 days without you.
I think you underestimate your own strength.
Seth just drove up.
I'm going to be strong for Holden. But you guys are going to have to help me because I'm really scared.
Hey, hello, Caleb. This is Dr. McKay. This is my brother Caleb. Hi, nice to meet you, Caleb Snyder. Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome. Hello. Good to see you again. Good.
Here, let me take that. Everything's fine. Everything's okay.
Okay.
Hey, bud.
You lied to me. You said you weren't armed.
Be grateful. This gun is all that stands between you and your husband and wants you dead.
He's lying! Can't you see that?
Let go of me, Jessa! Let go of me!
Not quite yet.
Let her go, Jessa.
Sorry, but that's not how the plan works, Crawford.
I said let her go, damn it.
Now!
My kids have been after me to get them one of those design toys that make pictures out of lights. I finally found one we both could love. Lights a lot.